Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's June 22nd, 2010. The dollar this morning is up 36. Crude is down just slightly, 18 points, and the stock market pretty much unchanged. The lot of reaction in the dollar here this morning off of the yuan's adjustment yesterday, and today we see some rebound here in the dollar, but it is quieting down. It was higher earlier, so this adjustment here is having its impact on the grains. We're seeing corn close here at 7.15 at 1 to 3 lower. News there is the USDA released the crop conditions report yesterday and put 75% of the corn crop in good to excellent condition. 5-year average is 68%. The weather continues to be ideal. A lot of moisture in the corn growing areas, and we've got heat supposedly now moving in around the 2nd of July, which will put us into the 90s. Now, big concern there, is it going to be too hot for pollination? From plant people that we talk to, it doesn't appear like that's going to be a concern, at least at this point in time, and in the northern part of the corn growing areas. Now, there is some dry problems and dryness problems in the south, and there's talk of a hurricane moving in that into the Gulf region that could eliminate some of these dry conditions that we're seeing in Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, and those regions. So weather in general looks ideal. Looks like we've got a good corn crop going here. In the soybeans, however, USDA said we get 69% good to excellent. That came down considerably from last week, and 5-year average is 63%. So we're getting closer to that average here in the good to excellent conditions. And the bottom line is beans don't like wet feet. They just do not grow well in extremely wet conditions. And with the weather conditions as we see it now, the beans are going to be struggling here for the next 10 days or so with the heavy rains. Also, we'll see how much more will be planted in Missouri and Ohio, since they're past the insurance date on the soybean planting, and a lot of producers there may go with the prevented planting rather than trying to plant this late in the season. Over in the wheat, the call there is 1 to 3 lower as well. Crop conditions were a little lower, but not as significant, and the wheat has been kind of following corn in the overnight trading, so we'll see how we act here this morning. The USDA said we got 17% of the hard red winter wheat, or the winter wheat harvest at 17% versus 9% a week ago and 23% on average. Canadian prairie continues to be wet. It appears like the next 10 days will have limited drying conditions, which is supporting soybeans and wheat here in the U.S. as their spring wheat plantings are way behind. Canola plantings are behind. So this is certainly a positive and should continue to provide underlying support. The big report that we've got coming out next week, June 30th, is the planted acreage report. We'll get you our estimates here very soon, the next day or so. So stay tuned to Allendale's research for that. And if you got any questions about the report, once those numbers come out, just give us a call. We'd be happy to discuss them with you. Over in the livestock, cutout values were higher there, up 76 cents in choice, select up 33. Not any trade yet this week on the in the country, and we don't really have any solid bids at this point in time. Markets closed at around the $91 in the south last week, so we expect that we could be a steady week again this week, although futures are providing some positive support there. Yesterday we've seen a nice run in the cattle. Today we're calling the cattle anywhere from 30 to 50 higher. just on technical reasons and because of its discount to the cash. In the pork, cutout values there were up 49 cents yesterday. We have heard some news here this morning that Russia says, hey, we're willing to buy U.S. chicken, which would be supportive to pork, but Russia's saying it's all the U.S.'s fault, and the politics being played by U.S. Negotiators are not giving them the opportunity to buy poultry here. So that struggle continues. We'd like to see more exports in meat to help clean up some of these inventories, but hogs are called anywhere from 30 to 50 higher here this morning. That's where the electronic trade is trading right now, and with the positive move yesterday, we could see further strength in this hog prices as supplies continue to be extremely tight there. So if you got any questions, give us a call. We'd be happy to discuss with you any strategies you might have. Call us at 800-262-7538. We wish you a successful trading day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.